Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. It is so nice to see you guys here. I'm immigration attorney Yael, coming to you live from Orange County, California. We are here to answer your immigration questions. And every Thursday at 5:30 Pacific, I come online here to answer any questions you might have if you want to ask them live and to respond to questions that we received during the week from our viewers. And we have really great questions this week, so I'm excited to share them with you. And to everyone, happy holidays. It's already December. Happy first night of Hanukkah for all of you that celebrate. It's an exciting time of year, and I am excited to close this great year and see what we have in stake for next year. Um, a lot of people are kind of on the fence if they should start their immigration case now or should they wait till next year to get that starting. And my approach is don't wait, right? You want to get, if you're eligible for an immigration case, my approach is always don't wait, file it, start your case as soon as possible because you don't know what's going to happen even in a matter of a month. Okay, or it could be 1 week regulations are this way, and another week regulations change. So it's very fluid with immigration, and my approach is don't wait. If you have an immigration case, if you're eligible for something, if you think you might be eligible, um, now is the time to do it. We also have an election year coming up. So next year, next November, we have general elections here in the United States, which means that we might have a new president, we might have a new administration, and we don't know what the approach to immigration is going to be. Right now, we know that relatively speaking, this is a good time to file your case. We're seeing great results. We're seeing quicker processing times. Not for all cases. Some cases are really backlogged and delayed, but others are getting approved faster in record time. For naturalization, for citizenship, for marriage-based green cards, I think this is the best time that we've had ever for those kind of case types. Okay. Really, really quick adjudications, waiver interviews. So if you're following me recently, you know that I have been talking about it a lot, that this is a good time to file. Don't wait. Perfect. So like I said, we have great questions this week from folks that sent them over to us, and I'm going to answer them today. I am also happy to answer any questions live. If you are watching this live, you can just drop your question in the comments and I will try to get to them as I go. Also, if you're watching the recording of this, you can still write us a question. So write us a question and we will either get to it later. We'll just respond to your message, or we will answer it next week. So people send us questions, so feel free to send us questions anytime and I'll answer them in our next live. And if there's any topics you want me to talk about, that you want me to do a video about or a webinar about, just shoot me a message and I'll see if I can make it happen. Okay. Perfect. Now, if you want to reach out to us individually directly for a consultation, feel free to reach out to us. Our number is here on the screen. If you want individualized one-on-one consultation with me, the immigration attorney, I'd love to do that. And today, everything that we talk about is going to be general information. It's not considered legal advice. Okay? Okay, so you guys ready to jump into the first question? Let's see what we have for this week. So question number 1 is, my fiance and I are not sure if we should pick the fiance visa or get married. Which process is better? Okay, so we get this question a lot. In fact, marriage-based immigration is one of our most common case types. So we represent couples from all over the world where one of the couple is a US citizen or a resident and they want to bring over their foreign fiance or spouse. So we do this all the time. And this question about fiance visa or spousal visa, marriage visa, what we call here, comes up a lot because there's a lot of information online. When you Google married to a US citizen, green card, you're going to get a lot of information, and it's a lot. And it can get very confusing. And a lot of people, say, hey, we're engaged, let's do the fiance visa. But it doesn't always make sense to do the fiance visa. So basically, when it comes to picking between fiance and marriage, basically at the end of the day, it's a very individual, personal decision based on every couple's situation. Okay, they both lead to the same thing. So fiance visa, marriage visa, both lead to the couple living together in the United States and the foreign national receiving a green card, but the process is different. I actually wrote a guide about immigration for couples because it comes up so much that I wrote a whole ebook guide. If you're interested, just shoot me a message. I'm happy to send you our e-guide that really discusses about all the options for couples with immigration. Okay. So what should you pick? Fiance visa and marriage visa, what's the difference? Basically, fiance, the requirements are lower. So you just have to show that you've met at least one time in the last 2 years, that both of you guys are free to marry, that you guys are in a relationship, a bona fide relationship, and that you are intend to get married in the United States once your foreign-born fiance arrives. So most people can start the fiance right away. Fiance visa gives the foreign national a visa for 90 days to come to the United States and get married here. Okay. Whereas a marriage spousal visa, or what's called an immigrant visa, does require that the couple actually get married first and have that marriage certificate. And then once you have that marriage certificate, there's a process where at the end, the foreign national will receive an immigrant visa. So this visa will allow them to come to the United States for immigration purposes, right? So as opposed to getting a 90-day fiance visa, they will actually get a resident visa. They will be coming into the United States as residents, meaning no other process to do anymore. They're going to get their green card once they arrive to the US, okay? So it used to be that the fiance visa was a lot quicker to get someone here, right? It was like 8-12 months and you can get someone here. Well, in fact, now, practically speaking, fiance visa is taking forever, and it's not much shorter than the marriage visa, immigrant visa. So usually I recommend just getting married and getting the spousal visa, but it's very specific to you because there's other considerations that come into play here. So I would just recommend calling us, scheduling a consultation. We can review the pluses and the minuses, cons and pros for each of these processes and decide which one's better for you. Okay, so please reach out to us if you want more information, personalized information, and if you want our couple's guide to immigration, also feel free to reach out and we'll send it to you. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. It was a long answer. But always, if there's a question about what should I pick, what process, it's a more longer discussion. Awesome. Perfect. If you are joining us now and you're new, I'm Yael. I'm an immigration attorney, and I come live every week on Thursdays in the afternoon to answer immigration questions. So feel free to like our page on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube so that you can get updates about these kind of events and more information about immigration. Perfect. Let's see. I am going to choose another question. Okay. This question is, I just got married. How long do I need to wait to apply for my green card? Well, congratulations. That's so exciting. Like I say, we love helping couples with the immigration process. So, congratulations on your marriage. I don't have a lot of information in this question, so I don't know if you're in the United States or you're abroad. I'm assuming you're in the US. If you're here in the US and you just got married, then you can file for your green card. There's no requirement, minimum requirement of time that you have to wait before you file your case. Now, this is generally speaking. I really recommend to have a conversation with an attorney just because there's other considerations to think about. So, if you just came to the United States on a non immigrant visa, so for example, a tourist visa, a student visa, you wouldn't want to file your case immediately, okay, because you want to give yourself some time between the time that you enter the US and the time that you're filing for your green card. Um, but other than that, there's really no limit to how quickly you can file after you get married. Okay. And feel free to reach out. We'll give you more tips and advice on how to get your case approved the quickest way. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments, or you can, if you're watching the replay of this, you can also ask us then. Okay. Here's a question about naturalization. So I want to apply for citizenship or naturalization, but I have a DUI. Would this affect my chances? Okay. So anyone that has a criminal record needs to be careful before filing for naturalization. Okay? Because criminal record can affect your immigration status. So a criminal record could affect your status as a lawful permanent resident, right? Having a green card, being a lawful permanent resident, is something that's actually not permanent. I know the name has permanent in it, but it's not permanent because if you commit certain crimes that make you deportable, you can risk losing your green card. Okay, so first of all, when there's any criminal activity involved, and you want to file something actively with immigration, file for some benefit like naturalization to become a citizen, you want to talk to a lawyer just to make sure that your conviction does not make you, first of all, doesn't make you deportable. Okay? Doesn't risk your green card. You don't want to go in and, end up worse than where you started. Okay? And also, naturalization process does require that you are a person of good moral character. You have to show that you are a person of good moral character, and having a conviction can affect that decision that you are a person of good moral character. So criminal record can be tricky. However, having just one DUI generally should not make you deportable and should not affect your application for naturalization if it's been more than 5 years since your DUI, okay? Or 3 years if you're applying for naturalization based on marriage. Okay, so you really want to evaluate your case to see when exactly were you convicted with the DUI. Did you have probation? Did you complete the probation? And sometimes it's just a matter of timing your application for naturalization. So you don't want to be in probation when you're filing. You want to be completely done with probation, and then depending on how much you want to become a citizen, it might be a better idea to just wait a little bit and further yourself from that DUI. So definitely reach out to us to talk to us if you're thinking of applying for naturalization. We actually do offer free naturalization screenings. So if you are interested to become a citizen and you don't know if you're eligible, then our team will provide you with a screening, and ask you the questions and see if you are eligible on its face, or maybe you need more inquiry to find out. We can help you. Okay, perfect. And like I said, awesome time to file for citizenship. We've been seeing really, really quick cases. Like we had the last one we filed it, and within 2 months, the person was already a citizen. It was just unbelievable. Very, very fast. Okay. This question is, can I apply for VAWA if I'm separated from my husband? Okay, so VAWA, for those of you that don't know, stands for Violence Against Women's Act. And it actually applies for men as well, even though it has the word women in it. And it is available if you are separated from your husband, yes. So the fact that you are separated from your husband does not make you ineligible to apply for a green card based on VAWA. Okay. VAWA green cards are a way that someone can file for their green card by themselves. It's a self petition. Okay, and it is for people that have been in relationships with a U.S. citizen spouse or U.S. citizen child, or resident spouse, and they have not been in a good relationship. So this relationship had abusive patterns to it. So there was extreme cruelty by the U.S. citizen spouse or resident spouse or child, and the law actually gives protection for people in this situation. So if you're in a marriage and the marriage is not a good one and you are suffering from your spouse's behavior, you might be able to file for your green card by yourself, okay, through the special protections of this law called VAWA. And it doesn't matter if you're separated from your husband. You don't have to be living with your spouse. You don't have to, you even can be divorced from your spouse. Okay. As long as you file within 2 years of your divorce, you can still proceed with the VAWA self green card. Okay. If this is relevant to you, please reach out to us, because I'm very passionate about these kinds of cases, and I would love to help you with this. Okay. And our number is here on the screen, 714-794-9366. You can call us, text us, or send us a private message, and we'll get back to you. Okay. Okay. I'm going to answer a couple more questions for today. And if you are watching the recording of this, or you are watching it live and you want to ask me a question, please feel free to do so. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I am petitioning for my mom. Can I include my minor siblings in the petition as well? Okay, so that's a very good question. It has to do with family-based immigration, who can petition for who. It's complicated, so a lot of times folks are not sure about who they can petition. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you can petition for your parent, and that's actually considered an immediate relative petition, so it's a quick one, relatively quick. There's no wait for the visa or the green card. However, you cannot include your siblings in that petition for your mom. So for your siblings, it would have to be a separate petition. Either you're petitioning your siblings directly, or your mom can petition them once she becomes a resident. And the category of U.S. citizens petitioning a sibling is very backlogged. It could take up to 20 years. So most likely it would be quicker for your mom, in this case, to petition for your siblings, especially if your siblings are under 21. So definitely look into this, have a professional review it with you to kind of do that analysis. Is it better for you to put in a petition for your siblings, or just complete your petition for your mom, have your mom get her green card, and then have her petition for her other kids, your siblings? Okay, perfect. Okay, Tony, hi, how are you? Do you think the Dignity Act will ever go through? So hard to know, what's going on with Congress. It's very hard to pass any kind of immigration reform or any kind of of immigration-based law. Very, very difficult. So it's very hard to tell. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go for one more question. Okay. Can I travel outside the US while my green card case is pending? Super important question. Super important. Because if you are in the US and you have a green card case pending, it's called adjustment of status, then you cannot travel unless you have an advance parole document or you are in a type of visa that allows you to travel, but which is H or an L. But most people don't have an H or an L. Okay, so generally speaking, anytime you have a case pending or anytime you have anything going on with immigration and you're not sure about travel, it's best to ask first to get a professional answer, because the last thing you want to do is travel outside the US and not be able to return. Because if you have a pending green card case and you leave the United States, if you have a pending adjustment of status and you don't have a travel document, then two things will happen. Your green card case will be abandoned, denied, okay, because you left, and you won't be able to come back on your non-immigrant visa. There's a very good chance you won't be able to come back because you've already showed immigration that you have immigrant intent. Okay, so it's very important. It's, you know, when our clients, we talk about this, it's super important to remember. You can travel outside once you get your travel document. Okay, perfect, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, for joining us today. And I am Attorney Yael. I would love for you guys to like our page on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube so that you can get more information about immigration. If you have any questions, send it to us. I promise I'll answer it in the next live, or I'll send you a private message. And if you're interested in learning more about a specific topic, send me a message. I'll do a video about it, or I'll talk about it. Okay? So have a great rest of your week, everybody. Happy holidays, and I will see you here next week.